problem. You just keep coming. Yes, yes, you do.
At this spot, you got a pretty good idea what's lurking beneath the surface. But there's only one way to find out.
We just play the game. Just what we do. Play game, and we go fish. And we skip the Apex Connect because I still don't have that. But I was still working on finishing off Golden Ridge Reserve over here. Like I still really have to finish Troll Sporet. Really got to finish Isilo Zasedulo. And I ain't ever stepped foot in August Claris. But I really want to finish Golden Ridge Reserve, you know? The basic one that you don't have to pay any extra for. That one. The one that's not DLC. I still want to... I can pick the time of day? Wait, just a dang old minute here. You're telling me I could... When I'm looking for these nightfish, I didn't have to just wait out the whole freaking day. I could have just quit out and then come back at the... Well, let's just say, and let's just continue. Let's just continue. We got what we need. Right here. Right here. This is what we need. Okay, catch a gold rank. Wow. Okay, let me just check my stuff. Okay. Wait just a ding-dang old minute here. I never played this game on controller. Oh well. No, I just have my controller out, so I'm like, yep. Here we go. I'm like, this is strange. Why am I not just pressing J or H? And oh, wait, that's right. Where the heck the Wally again? There we go. Nightfish fog. Okay, what other than the Wally? Bronze rank green sunfish. Still trying to do that one. Map location is... Well, dang it. I know I found it before, but I'm trying to remember where. Was it over here? Feel like it was. Okay, let's find out. Let's put that. Just feels weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not it. Oh, this is not it. Dang it, where was it again? Ah, it's been too long. It has been far too long since I last stepped foot in these lakes. Shame. Shame. I gotta remember where the heck everything is. Is it up here? I don't think it was up there. Nothing. It's okay. It's gotta be here. Gotta be here. Gotta be it. Bronze rank green sunfish. Oh wait, that's right. I think because I found the map location, I don't need to actually be there anymore. But I think I found the place anyway. I just need to catch a bronze rank green sunfish. Somewhere. So, check the handbook. Daytime, shallow pond, deep pond, lakeshore. Okay. Lakeshore, shallow and deep pond. Well, that's why I couldn't frickin' catch it here. This is a river. I mean, it's close to lakeshore, but mostly, like, river. Like, this still kind of counts as river here. So let's hop on the boat. And head on out and catch ourselves sunfish. Shallow pond, deep pond, lakeshore. All right. go. Let's get this out of here. Let's get to some deeper waters out here. What's that over there? That little buoy. Do we have that tagged yet? I don't know if we've gone down this far with the boats on this spot. I haven't really combed through. Hey, Night of Sarcasm. Hello, hello. I haven't really combed through here looking for...
That was all just a dream!
Oh.
Again?
Thank you very much for the resub, Foxkaru. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I didn't report that one yet, so we got that down. Nice, nice. Hello, Donnie Johnson Books. Hello, hello. And let's see, I gotta check. What does the sunfish like? Bloodworm, redworm, lake mix. I never heard of that. Okay, here. Get our stuff all figured out. We got our... Let our rods do the... What? Did they change some of this stuff up? This looks a little different. Okay. So. Save float fishing. Stylo, oh. Epilogue. Monofilament. Yeah, yes. Bloodworm, redworm. Okay. He likes the redworm, right? Yes, bloodworm, redworm, lake mix. So let's... Okay, this is a 0.45 for the best weight that was... Okay, so he wasn't even that big, so we might be going a little overkill here with the hook size. Let's just go down to a 5. And the redworm. Alright. Hopefully... Oh, wait, hold on. Let's lower this down. There we go. Hopefully, we'll actually catch a sumbitch today. It'd be nice. It'd be a nice change of pace. But yeah. It's a bit different. I'm not used to this now. I've been playing so dang much Elden Ring. I'm just like, cast it and wait. And have a beer. Yeah. Oh yeah, when it's all coming together. Just give my room for Tara if she decides to join us. Oh, I would have started slightly sooner, but I almost forgot to do my kanji today, so right after getting dinner ready and feeding the animals and walking Lou and all that fun stuff, I sat down and I'm like, okay, got a ton wrong today. Got like a third wrong. Well, maybe not a third wrong. Maybe closer to 25%. But the point is, I'd say anything above 20% wrong, I'm like, ah, dang it. Adrenaline junkie? I mean, if we get a bite, then it's gonna all work out. It's just getting that bite. That's the part that's like, But yeah, it was nice. Like, I haven't gone any further in the DLC with my dual wieldy character. He just kind of kicking around, having a good time. Elden Ring, high-pitched blood pressure, bosses coming at you left and right. Oh my god, he killed me again. And now, fishing. That's right. Fishing's tough, though, but in a different way. It tests your patience. Like, hey, I got the bait they want, at the location they want, at the time they want, and it's waiting for them. Maybe. I'm not sure. Bloodworm, redworm, like, waiting, yeah. I got that bloodworm on there. traits. He's a jumper, and he's a sun lover. Always used to say you suck at patience, then you got pregnant. I'm having a hard time. Hard time figuring out the connection there, but then again, I'm probably not the person to understand on that one. Have to wait 10 months. Ooh. Alright, okay. Alright. We got a big one. Come on. Come on. You're big, but you ain't that big. Come on. Get your fishy ass over here. Go. Here we go. Man. He just... in a bit of a pill. Get your fishy ass over here. Man, this guy is just fighting for his life. I'm gonna throw you back. It's fine. Come on over here. I'm gonna just take a selfie with you. Come on. One of the things I checked when I was getting ready today was I'm like, hey, can I play this game in VR? And it's like, no. And of course there's always that, well, there's this VR fishing game and that VR fishing game, but the problem is, like with many games, with many fishing... What the fuck is that? That is not a sunfish. I got a gold burbot! Alright. New record. New record on that burbot. It's a night fish, but okay. That is not a sunfish. That is not. Get that thing out of here. Maybe my hook's still too big, then. Come to think of it, because I'm trying to catch the sunfish, which are smaller types of fish. So... drop it down to a 7. I can't change it because it's... Come on. I thought I couldn't change it because... Oh, because I'm standing there. Okay. The float fishing. Why isn't... Okay. Oh, right. Okay, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm smart. I'm a smarty smart with my brain parts. Don't you worry. Hook size 6. I was on a 5. Maybe down to a 7. Then we can do the bloodworm. Save a little bit there. Okay. Seven hook for gold? Oh, well. I was just kind of spitballing it. I suppose if I would have gone like a 6, then it would have been possible to get maybe a diamond, but I don't know. I've never... kind of had Danny Glover knees today. Sorry, Danny Glover knees. I'm confused, Crowny, but welcome for joining. Hello, hello. We're fishing. We got the... There we go. There. I was wondering where that was. I was wondering. I was curious. That means that this rod's going to be overkill for the sunfish, so it's just not going to be a fun fight. I'm just going to pull it in. But, oh well. 6 is diamond? Alright. But I've never caught a diamond in my life, so... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to get the dang... It just says green... I just need a sunfish. That's it. Just give me a sunfish. Well, I mean, bronze sunfish. It gives me, like, a juvenile, and I'm... Yeah. Okay, something's rippling over there. Unless there's a whale in this ocean and he just farted. There's a freshwater whale in this ocean. Yes. Well, maybe we got turtles in the lake. Maybe we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like having it focused because occasionally you can see the fish, which gives me a little bit of warning to get my hand on the mouse and get ready to strike. But, yeah. Cozy fishy fishing. Yeah, I just... Like, there's still plenty I want to do with my Elden Ring character. But also, I mean, I gotta keep in mind, 14 days from now, we get Earth Defense Force 6. Yeah, and I'm gonna be playing the hell out of that. And I also haven't played Shenmue in forever. I need to finish that, I really do. I'm over halfway through the game, Shenmue 3, and I'm just like, nah. Oh, we'll get there when we get there. It was nice to actually, like, put my Japanese language skills to test here and there. Her dad will be rescued someday. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there. And that kid's still trapped in that freezer on the bottom level of the boat, but, you know. He'll get out when he manages to chew his way out of the hole. I'm doing that with 3 games, start them but never beat them. Well, that's one reason why I like streaming, is like I never beat the games I play for the most part. Like, I'll have fun on a game and then I'll never touch it again. Kind of like Little Kitty Big City. Like, I played that on stream one day, had a lot of fun, and I haven't been back to it. Now, there is still more incentive to get back to it, because people will come up and be like, hey, Deca, you ever gonna finish the damn cat game? Yeah. Her dad will be rescued in 50 years when we get to Shenmue 6. As long as I can ride the forklift to the rescue. That's all I care about. They can take as long as they want. I just need to I just need to show up fashionably late in my forklift. Here I am. Super badass. Good to break it up, chat. Well, yeah. It's a good chit-chatty game. It's a good game for relaxing and having some beers. And also, I don't think I'm going to be screaming at any of the fish quite as much as I was yelling at Melania and Moog. But I am, because now I am actually playing Elden Ring, like, without summons. Because I'm like, okay, that's it. I've gotten my feet wet. I've got enough skills down. I can do this without the handicap. I'm like, okay, I'll do it without the handicap. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a whole lot of fun. Work has been a real chore, kiddo. I mean, it tends to be. Oh, wait, it's a ripples. What's going on? Hello, Dylan Jenkins. Hello. Oh, we're just doing some fishing today. Trying to get the sunfish. Failing, but trying. It's out there, somewhere. I want to believe. Millennia was like a whole game itself. Yeah. It's like it took me 3 days. Took me 3 days to kick her ass. Like, Jesus. I have not seen Godzilla X Kong just yet. I haven't seen much. I can't get out of my dang house is the problem. I can't go nowhere. I can't do nothing. Just here like, I saw Hurricane Barrel. I got a lot of sticks to pick up in the yard. Come on, fishy. Bite the hook. It's waiting for you. It's got your favorite food on there. It's your favorite. Ever fish IRL? Only a couple of times. Fortunately, I did fish more recently, so I don't have to... I don't have to always now fall back on the terrible camping experience I had as, like... And also, I fished while there a little. But, you know, the lake out front of the house, I fished there a couple of times now. As, Charlie's nephew likes to come by and fish. And he's like 4, so you can't tell him no. Well, I mean, you can, but it's like, yeah, let's give you some happy memories from your childhood. Someone's got to have some. And, you know, so I've been out there, fished a little bit in our lake, mostly caught sunfish, and actually have some smallmouth bass. Don't know how the hell they got in there. Probably came through after Hurricane Harvey and all the flooding. But, you know, that's the main things. We got sunfish and smallmouth bass. That's when I slid and threw my phone. Yeah. So when I slipped and started kind of sliding down the mud into the lake, and then I just kind of, I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep myself from falling in completely, because I'm just going in, so I just reached in my pocket, grabbed my phone, and threw it, and just turn around, pull myself out. It's those small, peaceful moments you cherish later after the decades have passed. Yeah, I wouldn't really know. I just have the old trauma. That's it for my, like, for all of my formative years. I just have trauma. I don't have the happy moments like, and this was a good memory with mom, or this was a good memory with dad, and this was a great time with my grandparents. Like, no. Just kind of have traumas built on top of traumas. So, at least a handful. Got trauma, got thrown to a river, brother got a big hook in his mouth. Had a bet he'd come once. Had a bet he'd come once. I had to bet he calm one, 'cause my dad was drunk. I'm pretty sure there was some typos or some autocorrect at work there. Had to be the calm one. Oh. Oh yeah, birthday coming up. My birthday is going to be the 28th, so that's very soon after the release of Earth Defense Force 6, so I'm going to be happy. It's like, I have good memories, but not from my childhood. Like, just, I don't have any good childhood memories, really, at all. It was... I mean, even the things where it's like, here's something I liked, it was always kind of surrounded by more than a little negativity. Like, I tried to find joy where I could, but it wasn't like, this was a good time, this was a good day. I didn't have those. Oh. Yeah. It's just, it's still...
Hey, Buck, if you need me, I'll be down at the main outpost. See you soon.
I'm trying to open my heart up to people here, and, you know, hey, Buckaroo, shut the hell up. Can't recall good memories of my dad. My favorite memories are never going to amount to shit, and maybe next time do better. Ah, fun ones, fun ones. Can't recall good memories, only bad. Older siblings can recall good times despite his abuse being worse during their childhoods compared to yours. Yeah, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. As I have siblings, most of them will attest to, oh yeah, things were pretty terrible. But there's a couple like, yeah, and it's like, did you just like disassociate? 'Cause what do you mean? Nah. I very vividly recall a lot of bad shit. Like, I know memory isn't like 100% reliable. So in the sea of bad, there's maybe some memories in there that I remember that were terrible that actually didn't happen. That's a total possibility. However, not being able to recall a single positive interaction just because everything is like 100% negative all the time versus just being unable to recall a single negative reaction. It's like, huh? What? What do you mean things were fine? Where did the malnourishment come from? Where was the... Why do I keep remembering all these beatings if they didn't happen? What do you mean by this? I distinctly remember 3 pieces of bread in the morning and 3 pieces of bread in the evening. That was my entire fucking provision. So just, oh, everything was all hunky-dory. Everything was fine. There's nothing wrong. Nothing bad happened. It's like, I seriously believe you dis-fucking-associated here, because how the hell could you think that everything was fine? It was not. It was not. Like, I had more things at the time where I was like, well, this is just life, this is all I know, whatever. And then later, after growing up and learning a lot of things and thinking back on it, I'm like, wait just a fucking second here. Like, I didn't like my dad. I blame my dad for a lot of things. But I'm thinking, like, you know, my mother was still there for lots. And, we were there for a while. And she was not eating poor. My little brother called me semi-recently, like a couple months ago. It's pretty recent for us. And he told me a story that he remembered from when he was a toddler that I had absolutely no recollection of. But I trust his word because it sounded reasonable. Where he busted the padlock on the fridge, got in there, took our mother's cookies and was, like, eating them, and then she came home and she was angry and he was just throwing them at her. And then she ordered me and my older brother to restrain him, and we did. And it's like, I don't recall that one little bit, not a single frame in my memory, but it sounds reasonable based on everything else I do remember. Is like, yeah, that sounds like something me and my stupid-ass brother, both of us together, we would have done to our younger brother. Like, oh, he's finally getting one up on our parents. Better stop him. I won't say the bad things didn't happen. Dad was still a drunk. Mom was dealing with a lot, but there are memories that stuck with me. Brother decided to take a can of pepper and pepper your room. Poodle followed it in. Both ran outside where the barbecue was going, tears running out of their eyes. Dad might have been drunk, but the entire family, sans Carl and Teddy, laughed. My little brother tells you of this time your father took him by the scruff of the neck and slammed him against the wall, and he was always resentful you didn't kick him in the nuts. Well, yes. When fish and drink, a lot comes out. Aren't you at the Chronic the Hemp Hog shirt? Yeah. R.I.P. to my youngest bro. My youngest bro? Oh. My youngest bro, not my younger bro. Yeah, I was talking about my younger brother, not my youngest brother. Yes. Got it. But so my youngest brother is my youngest half-brother. My youngest full brother is my younger brother. So I got a little confused there for a second. I'm like, wait, no, Tim's alive. He owns a landscaping business. He's fine. He's doing great. He's living the dream. He owns a lawn care business. He got his truck and everything with the custom decals. He goes around the lot riding mowers. That's how he makes his money. That's like, goddamn, living the dream, baby. Hopefully not stirring bad memories. They're always there. It's the thing, like I say, when I talk to Poulter, date change or time sensitive, I don't know. This is not going. This guy just... Okay. I can't throw the redworm back on there. He likes the bloodworm, redworm, and lake mix, which I don't fucking know what that is. Oh, the 6 is on the float rig. But it's not a float rig, that's the bottom rig. That's got the 6 on it. Let's just try over here. Yeah, like, I talk to Poulter, my fiance, I talk to her sometimes, and I just remember something from way back when, and I'm telling her about it, like, oh yeah, there's this, that, and the other. And I'm just talking about what I remember. What is with you see that line of, the lake is just kind of, the polygons are coming apart on a seam, like, right, you see it right there? Going around like that, just across the whole screen like that. and you can see the pixels of the lake floor underneath. It's just, that shouldn't be. But yeah, I'm there talking to Poulter, and I'll just recall a story from my youth, and I'll be telling her, like, oh yeah, this went down like this, and then that happened, and that, this, that, and I'm in the middle of telling the story, and then I look over at her, and I see she's on the verge of tears, and I'm like, oh wait, hold on, it's cool, it's cool, I'm doing great, don't you worry about me. It's like, yeah, I've been through some shit, but it's just, it's always been there. I'm not... Like, it's not that I like, oh, remembering how hungry I was. It's like, no, I never forgot that. Not a second of the day. Never. Strongest in terms of strictly feats. Jason, Michael, Victor Crowley, Madman Mars. I'm gonna have to fill me in on Madman Mars. Out of Jason, Michael, and Crowley, Crowley has sort of grown into Jason Voorhees levels-ish, but Crowley is like, oh, I'm a ghost. I'm a repeater. I just come back. It's what I do. Now, that means, like, with Crowley, you could throw him in a wood chipper and grind him up to little tiny bits. By the next day, he's fine. Whereas Jason has a lot of... I don't know, Jason's ascent has been slower, but he also becomes, like... I don't know, it's like Jason... You feel like it is possible in some way to take Jason down, but you jumping bastard. But through bad luck, it's just like in Jason X, like they blow him to bits and accidentally leave him on the nanomachine medical bed. Oops! Now he's Cyber Jason. Hello, Valabesh. Thank you. Hopefully I'll catch the sunfish before the sun go down, because then I gotta go catch the wally. Who's better, Michael versus Jason? There's something going on. Oh, jeez. Now Michael is just weird. The timeline for Halloween just got weird fast. Like, Halloween 1, I might not be the biggest fan of, but Michael was a pretty simple character in that. Not like, oh, there's no creativity to it, but as in, like, understandable and easily believable. By the time Halloween 2 rolled around, they're already like, and by the way, Laurie's his sister. It was like, wait, hold on just a minute. This is, what? No, stop it. I already didn't like that. And then each Halloween just wants to add a little bit more and make things more complicated. Now, I did like the Curse of Thorn and all that stuff. It just was like, okay, if you're gonna be weird about this, at least go all fucking out. Go completely bonkers. And they did with the Curse of Thorn, and I really liked that. And then they're like, okay, we got too weird, we gotta reset things. Let's do a little H2O. Yeah, the 20th anniversary. It's great. Now let's okay, resurrection and this and that, and it got weird again really fast. And then now we got the Halloween, the new timeline with the new trilogy, not trilogy. I've said my part about how the new Halloween trilogy had the same issue, in my opinion, as the new Star Wars trilogy, in that They started with it, and it was clear that they were like, oh yeah, we're going to get in several movies out of this. And they have the perfect setup for a trilogy. And then each installment, they keep changing writers and changing fucking... Actually, no. They did that in Star Wars. They kept changing writers and directors and stuff. But in the new Halloween trilogy, they did have a consistent writer for all three, which is what makes me really scratch my head as to how completely fucking different all three of them are. And it's like, what the... Huh? Like, taken as individual movies, none of them are really bad. But as a trilogy, it doesn't do the job of a trilogy. And, like, that's the thing that a lot of people... Like, there's a lot of... You see people defending Halloween Ends a lot on Twitter, saying that it's a very good movie for what it is. People saying that it's worse than this, worse than that. Oh, they don't understand it. But a lot of the people who really don't like Halloween Ends, one of the major criticisms for Halloween Ends is the fact that it was the end of the trilogy and it was a big send-off for Michael Myers, and the damn movie's not about Michael Myers. Like, it spends the time just shitting on Laurie Strode and not really being about Michael, and then there you go. There's the end of your trilogy. Everything was sure leading up to this, wasn't it? No? Next Friday the 13th movie will be the 13th movie. Oh, man. Really hope they do a good job there. But the thing is, the Friday the 13th series, it's the rights are like... Who has the rights to the franchise? What part of the franchise do they have the rights to? That's one of the main reasons why the Friday the 13th game has had such difficulty. Is because there's just constant arguments about the licensing rights, like who has the rights to what. Let's not forget it's the last ever Halloween movie. We'll wait until 60 years from the release of the original Halloween so they can give us another partial reboot where, guys, Halloween 1 happened, but nothing else, and now we're continuing on a new timeline. Evil did not, in fact, die tonight. Thoughts on the upcoming Alien Romulus? It's like it's one I haven't really been thinking about. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see how it is by itself, and I don't really have hope. I haven't looked at anything really about it to make me think this is going well or that's going poorly. I'm just coming from the position as a big fan of Alien and Aliens, who wasn't a fan of Alien 3, but it's grown on me, and who was a big fan of Alien Resurrection, but now I'm looking at it like, Alien 3 was actually better than that one. And it's just, Prometheus and Covenant has just been like, you're putting a lot of money into it, and you're getting the artist to direct it, which he's got a great eye, but God, it's pretentious.
Pure evil.
That's yeah. And where the hell are these? Okay. Okay, new plan. First, gonna... disassemble that rod setup. Then that's gonna give me this hook size... Hook size... What are you doing? Okay, I had to detach the fucking... Okay. Alright, I got this. I got this fine. Try 0.7 rather than all the way down. So this would catch a diamond sunfish if they exist. Romulus takes place between Alien and Aliens and ignores Prometheus and Covenant. Well. Would be interesting. I really like Alien Isolation took place between Alien and Aliens, and it was the most goddamn alien property in years. So I was really happy about that, and then, you know, they've kind of shat the bed when it comes to actually capitalizing on that, like, hey, let's turn this into a franchise, and this, that, and, you know, like, they made a mobile game. They made a mobile game off of Alien Isolation that's just... Well, I wouldn't recommend it. But, there is that new Alien VR game that's coming, and when I first saw it, and it was like, okay, it's a licensed VR game, and that was all I knew, I was like, well, this could be absolute ass. But seeing a couple of the little screen... Let's see. Let's see. What is what again? First gameplay. Now, that doesn't really tell us much about it, but it did tell me we have a pulse rifle, we have a motion tracker, so I'm like, okay, I have an idea of what we'll be getting into here. We're going to be sneaking around, there's going to be aliens, we're going to have to shoot them, there's going to be a lot of them. We got eggs, we got face huggers. Face huggers are going to be something else in VR. Is there canon media apart from the movies that I should brush up on for the upcoming movie? I think Alien Isolation is canon, and that also takes place in between Alien and Aliens. It focuses on Amanda Ripley, who they established existed in Aliens, but it's like, yeah, and she died a while ago. She grew old and died while you were frozen, Ellen. Like, ah, shit. Mr. 11th birthday. Fuck. Made a promise. Oh, well. But, where's Brain? Where's Brain? One of the things about the, little teaser there for the Alien VR game is the frame rate on it was kind of ass. And I saw a lot of people in the comments saying, like, the frame rate's gonna need some work. Which was a funny thing to see because they were clearly not VR people, because none of them seemed to point out that a frame rate that bad in VR would be a one quick ticket to Vomit Town. Like, you can't have frame rates that bad in virtual reality. It will make you ungodly sick. But, second point is that Alien VR game...
It's a fucking Quest game. It's going to run fine on PSVR 2. There's no way in hell that a Quest game will not be a playable frame rate on the PSVR 2.
More VR truck sim in the future? It'd be fun. Is a Colonial Marines game canon? I think it was supposed to be. I think they did specify that it was canon when they were, like, hyping up the release, but after the reception, I don't know if that holds true anymore. They were like, hey guys, we got Michael Biehn, he's coming back, we're gonna have the dude, you remember the dude, how horrible it was he died in Alien 3, like, unceremoniously off screen? And Newt, like, fuck them both. That still really annoys me about Alien 3. Like, that's the thing. Like, Alien 3 by itself, it's something where you really have to separate it from the main franchise to enjoy it. Similar to Alien Resurrection, but Alien Resurrection was so fucking bonkers off the wall, disconnected feeling from the Alien franchise that it was easier for me to disconnect Alien Resurrection than it was Alien 3. Alien 3 does feel more like an Alien movie. But it does so much bullshit that you really have to disconnect it to appreciate it for what it is. Because just killing off Hicks and Newt, like, fuck you. And it just is a thing that a lot of movies do. A lot of movies. That really sucks. Whereas, like, you end on something that's leading to, here's what's gonna happen in the sequel. And then the sequel comes along, and you got new people and new writers and new directors and new everything. And they want to tell their own story. They don't give a shit about what the previous one ended on. So they just do whatever they want to just explain that away. Which is what happened with Alien 3. That's why Hicks and Newt are dead, because they had to explain it away. They just fucking died, okay? We got this now. They're fucking dead, don't ask. Is just lazy. It's lazy. It's not giving a damn about the torch that has been passed to you, and just being like, no, I got my story to tell, and I don't want to be held down by anything that came before. And it's like, you know, that's an interesting tale, but if you wanted to tell that story and not be held down by what was before, then maybe instead of killing off the characters that we're going to have the future adventures with, just focus on entirely new characters and let Ellen fucking have a break. I don't know. But no, we have to have Ellen Ripley as the main character. And then we have to we need a completely different story that doesn't actually require us to follow anything before. So we have to kill everyone else that came before. It's a have cake and eat it too, except the problem is you also just... You fucking took a shit on the cake while you were at it. So you're having it, but... Damn it. Just don't eat the shit. Just don't eat the shit. Eat the other part of the cake that's not shit on. And it's not as bad. It's actually a pretty good cake if you don't have the part of it that got shit on. It's like a Terminator movies always have to have Arnold. Well, I mean, to that extent, it's like it was easier in a way because Arnold really was like Terminator. But it is, you know... Yeah, not even a nibble. They don't give a dang. They're like, fuck you. I'm just here like, hey, fish! Bite me. They ain't biting. They ain't biting. They give no fucks. No shit's given. Not a single one. What time is it? 15:02. It's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Sunfish extreme. That's ocean sunfish. Was. Let me take a look here. The ocean sunfish, yeah. This big boy is a big boy. But a lake sunfish, on the other hand, considerably smaller. Ooh! We got it! We get it! Yes! Fish on! Fish! Come on. Get your fishy ass over here. I mean, they're both called sunfish. It's a pretty easy mistake to make. This is where I really wish I mean, if I had, like, what I really want out of a VR fishing game is, like, a proper VR fishing controller. Like, give me just a little rod to hold on to with the little there. Like, they put that on a freaking handheld. What was that all about? But put on a VR controller, oh no. It had that as a handheld? Oh, jeez. Okay, oh, it looks like we don't have a sunfish again. We got another burbot. Another gold burbot. At least it caught something. Got experience on our things. Got one trophy thing. 138 credits. All right, all right. Both wines like big blue handheld game thingy. Simple view screen. Ah. I'm thinking of that yellow one. What was that yellow one? Playdate, I think that's it. Yeah, this thing. Just $100.
Wait, what's that thing?
That's the
Crank.
It's a crank.
Yeah, seriously, what is it?
The crank. You crank it like this.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Why? I picked the best part of that video to skip through, didn't I? The crank barely coherent. You crank it. I think they're still making those. It was a relatively...
Dream! Again!
Thank you very much for the resub, Neo. Thank you, thank you. Burbot looked like a snakehead. Yeah, I think that $200 handheld they still make. The play date. It was, was it a Kickstarter? I don't remember if it was or not, but I just remember it was like a big funding thing, like, hey, we're developing this new game system. And it had that thing on it, and I don't know, crank that like Soulja Boy cranked Atari, yeah? God damn. That was making me think, though, in terms of, you know how the 9th generation of video games has kind of not existed? Like, we're 4 years into the 9th gen. Everyone's still playing their PlayStation 4s. And that's got me thinking. Like, you remember the video game crash of 1983? You remember how Atari was doing at that time. A lot of people remember the Atari for the Atari 2600, which was their most popular system, no doubt. But they made like the 5200 and like the 70 something 7800. Yeah, they made the 5200 and the 7800, and neither of them did well because the 2600 was doing too good. And I'm just sitting here looking at these games not coming exclusively to PS5. Everything's cross-gen. Everything's still coming out on PlayStation 4. And I'm just like, And the ninth generation just has fucking nothing to go for it. And it's like, oh, well, people haven't upgraded yet. It's like, gee, I wonder why. There's fucking nothing to play. They already have everything they need to play everything. What the hell do they need to do that for? So I'm just looking at it like, the games industry is in an interesting spot. Whew. I think I had E.T. on 2600. I got a 2600 in the 90s, though, so it was like... But did I get it in the early 2000s? Either way, it was very much a retro system when I picked it up. I just picked it up from Electronics Boutique back when that still existed. Very nice times. They actually had classic games stuff there. And they had, like, it was like, buy a 2600, please. We got it for 20 bucks. We got boxes of 2600 games. We're selling them for 15 cents each. And I'm like, I'm buying. Yes. That was back when retro games didn't cost, like, hundreds and thousands of dollars. I still have my Sega consoles. My brother should. My brother, we're always collectors. We just don't sell our games ever. So he should be fine up north with the Master System, the Genesis, the Sega CD. Genesis Model 1, Sega CD Model 2. There was a little extender to get it compatible. 32X. With the 32X CD game of Fahrenheit. That actually worked pretty well. Sega Saturn, and of course the Dreamcast. Of course the Dreamcast. Carl sold your 2600 while you were at college for 20 bucks, including about 30 games. Not it. Did I get you 2600? You weren't selling it in Eastern Pennsylvania, were you? By the way, Spider Fighter, very fun game. Actually, tell me if a fish tries to bite while I'm gone. Hey, just say fuck it and leave. Okay, so. Yeah, I just said fuck it and lift. So I might not have a 2600 anymore, but I came across this and was sure to pick it up. This game's fucking great. Love it. I don't know if this card actually works. Oh, geez. I picked up for smooth 95 cents. There's a $1 Atari game. Atari 2600. November 15th, 2019. I guess that's when they printed the label. But yeah. Picked this up at the mall. They had some retro games for sale, and I was digging through their Atari section, and I found they had a copy of Spider Fighter. So I'm like, hell yeah. Now I just got to get a Atari 2600 to go with it. The contacts look okay on the card. Probably just needs a little alcohol and a little wipe with a cotton swab to clear out any dust. It should be nice and playable. Yeah, the 7800 also plays 2600 games. The 7800 plays 2600 games and 5200 games. But that was another thing that kind of held back. Some people say that held back the 5200 and the 7800 is because the people who did have them were there playing 2600 games on them, and then the people with 2600s were like, well, I could just play that on my 2600. But Spider Fighter, you just...
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using SafeLight.
I'm not here for windshield replacement. I'm here for Spider Fighter.
The following game is being
No, I
played
don't need a
on the
review of Spider
That's
Fighter.
terrible. Okay. Me, not so much. You come to my channel expecting good gameplay, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Okay, yeah, I am. Thanks for the warning. Okay, here we go. That's how you do it. That's nice. Look at that. It's actually a pretty fast-paced little Atari 2600 game. See how quick that damn thing's going back and forth? It's just launching little things, and your character also moves real fast. And either trying to steal your balls, you gotta protect your balls, while you fight the spiders. Hence, Spider Fighter. Yeah, you took the little guy out, now the spider went nutsos in the buttsos there, and he's shooting at you. So you gotta strategize here. Do you take out the ship and make the spiders go nutsos, or do you... Yeah, see, all the spiders are nutsos there. But this guy's good. This guy's good. Boom, boom, boom. He kicked ass. Damn right. Only sell for $700 with the right collectors. I mean, Spider Fighter is a pretty common game, so it's... This wouldn't sell for as well. Also, the label is all kind of messed up, rips here. It's the condition of the label is very poor. I think that this is probably... The plastic itself, I think this is a replacement. It's just in... The plastic of the cartridge is just in too good of condition. It's too new. You know what I mean? Like, there's not even any gamer gunk stuck in those little parts here. It's like, it doesn't look like this has been vigorously handled. So, probably... Label came off, thing was put on, they put the label back on, they realized they didn't screw it back in, and then they just ripped straight through it, screw it back in. Everything's like loose about this label. I feel like they just have a little bit of glue right here in the middle, and instead of whatever adhesive was there before. Is just gone. It's just that little dab of glue right here. That's it. It ain't mint. Yeah, it ain't mint at all. No Cheeto fingerprints. Texas Instruments had a console way back when. Used to play Flight Sim on it back before Microsoft was a thing. I used to play a flight simulator on my Sega Genesis. And it was funny because it was, there were a couple of games on the Genesis, the OG Genesis hardware, that actually used polygons. One of them was A1 Abrams Battle Tank. And I think the flight simulator used effectively the same engine.
Kinder Bueno
God,
white chocolate.
I
The
don't
crispy,
care about your
creamy
Kinder
summer
Bueno
road trip
here.
Treat. Life gets bueno.
Ready to tackle your
Life
day?
can get fucked
We can
for
help.
all I care.
A Stretch Financial Wellness Vision subscription can help you.
Ah, there we go. That takes me back. But yeah, this game actually had polygons. Very shitty polygons. But considering that the Sega Genesis came out in 1989, and this is not using any kind of extra hardware. There's no Virtua chip. There's no Super Effects thing going on. And we're running at it like a smooth 10 frames a second. Look at that. Okay, maybe closer to like 6 frames a second, but look, it's, hey. We've got the little vertices on the grass to let you know you're moving because it's just one flat color. But there was a flight simulator I played on Genesis that actually ran on like the same kind of engine as this, if I remember right. And similarly, like everything was just made of very few polygons. But there's also like hard driving if you want to go for impressive polygonal games that do not use extra hardware. Yeah, there's a thing. Look at it. Houses made of polygons. Signs. Everything. Polygons. And this is an even larger amount of the screen that is used for, you know, the real estate. It's just, for its time, this looked like, oh my god, mind-blowing. The gameplay was ass, obviously. There's a reason why things like Pole Position did way better. But this was just like, oh my god, look, it's really 3 fucking D. Holy shit. But this is also one of the reasons why that Sega didn't really embrace 3D as much going into designing the Saturn. Because 3D games already existed. And people very much preferred the 2D games. They were like, fuck it, like, gameplay important. Graphics. I mean, technology is nice and all, but the gameplay is where it's at. So Sega designed the Saturn around pushing 2D to its limits. And it's a fantastic system for that. There are a lot of games that, a lot of, like, Capcom fighting games look considerably better on the Saturn than they do on the PlayStation 1. Now, there are plenty of articles at the time that were released that said the opposite, because you know how the Xbox tax is a thing that people discuss today? Well, it's really not an Xbox tax. People are correct about that. Xbox tax is just silly. It's really just a PlayStation bonus. There were games that objectively looked and played better on the Saturn and were, like, arcade perfect on the Saturn, and there were cut corners on the PlayStation. And 20, 30 years later, we're allowed to talk about it and be like, yes, this was a strength of the Saturn, this looked great here, and it's fantastic. You look back at the reviews of the day, and they're all talking about how the Saturn one it's not as good, not as like really honed in as the PlayStation version, which is objectively and obviously worse quality. Like Street Fighter Alpha, when that came out on Saturn and PlayStation, the same magazine gave the PlayStation like a perfect 10, and the Saturn version got like a 8.5. Like, well, I mean, it's still Street Fighter Alpha, which is nice, but there's just like, it doesn't really hold a candle to the PlayStation version. The PlayStation version was missing fucking frames, and it had like issues. I mean, it was still a good game. It was still Street Fighter Alpha, but the fact was, it was arcade perfect on the Saturn. And it was not on the PlayStation. Provided you use the right cartridge to match. That's true. A lot of the other... when there were other, like, later fighters, a lot of Capcom fighters, like Marvel vs. Capcom and such, on the Sega Saturn, it required that you have the extra RAM expansion cartridge that goes in there in order to get more frames out of it. But if you had that, and you still, like, boom, the Saturn could really push it really nice. Now, I think there was an example of one where the Saturn actually was trying to push a little too hard, and the gameplay suffered as a result, so even though the PlayStation version is scaled back, it's scaled back to the point where the PlayStation can handle it, and therefore the gameplay is solid. The Saturn version just tried to push even more than the Saturn could actually do. So, still images, the Saturn looks great. In motion, you'd rather be playing the PlayStation version. The best case scenario, the arcade, but then for next stage for playability, PlayStation, and then finally Saturn at the end, which looks closer to the arcade, but plays worse. In, like, one example. Can't remember which one it is. PlayStation 1 tank controls. Martian Gothic. I love tank controls. Love tank controls. Yeah, the Saturn technology used quads and not tris for its polys. I've been looking at a lot of Saturn tech videos lately, and I think some of them were saying that the way the Saturn handled it, if the quads actually took up a lot of space, like if it was zoomed in on one large quad, that actually kind of lagged the system more. Which actually makes it lines up with what I've seen about the performance, like a completely separate YouTuber, completely separate video, just eyeballing the performance of certain games, Saturn versus PlayStation. There was one shmup with 3D enemies, and the larger ones, when they would fill the screen, would lag the Saturn more than it would lag the PlayStation. Which is interesting, because that lines up with what I saw about the larger quads. When they take up more real estate on the screen, they lag the system a bit more. Saturn version of Castlevania had a different sprite for Richter, which I thought looked cooler, more akin to concept artist style. I played Symphony of the Night on PlayStation, so I don't really know too much about how the Saturn one pairs. I played the hell out of Duke Nukem 3D on the Saturn. Oh my god, that was a really good home version of Duke Nukem 3D. It had some odd little glitches because of the what was the engine called? The Slave Driver engine. It was designed for Power Slave, another Saturn game that I had, which was a really nice game. But the Slave Driver engine used a lot of the Saturn's tech really well, and Power Slave, when it was ported to the PlayStation, they effectively just made a completely new game. Like, it was almost a Power Slave 2, or a Power Slave Gaiden. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. I was brought here by humans who want to pay me tribute. Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. I'm just reminiscing on the old beautiful, beautiful voice acting. That's another thing that I thought of. The recent videos about the, well, not so recent now, but the recent videos showcasing the Silent Hill 2 remake. There's the voice acting in that, which, going by technical quality of the acting, is objectively better than the original. However, the awkwardness and stiltedness of the original lent heavily into the not quite right nature of Silent Hill and the horror of it. So it feels a lot worse, especially since the acting isn't really amazing in the remake. It's just, you know, it's still amateurish acting. It's just, you know, it's better, but it's not awkward and stilted or, like, masterful. Like, if you're gonna make that so much different, it's gonna have to, like, go to masterwork level, or it's not gonna really do justice to the original acting, which wasn't objectively high quality, but it matched the tone of just not quite right of Silent Hill. Hello, Maxime. Hello, hello. EDF released a bunch of trailers, a bunch of VTubers singing the theme tune. Oh, well, they got a whole bunch of VTubers, like, deals with them, which isn't too bad, because, I mean, compare that to the deals they had with... Okay. I'm still not catching a fucking thing today. But, let's see. EDF 5. We go to the DLC for EDF 5. What deals did they have there? Okay, the pure decoy launcher here with these guys. It's cool. Let's see. Range vehicle, light truck. Which one is that? Which one is that? Bullet Girls Fantasia. Bullet Girls Fantasia. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what Bullet Girls Fantasia is. Let's check out Bullet Girls Fantasia. Okay, Bullet Girls Fantasia is made by D3 Publisher. Okay. So what do we got going on here? So we got the shooting. Okay, we got the shooting. That's nice. That's nice, shooting. What else we got? Okay, we got some accessorizing. More fighting. Okay, can we... There's a lot of jiggle physics going on there. Okay. Just getting kind of strangely up on that. Okay, hello. We got some... Yes, hi. Well, that seemed highly suggestive. Highly suggestive, but I'm sure it doesn't get much further than that. I'm sure it doesn't do anything more suggestive than that now. What is going on here? What is this? Okay. So, We got... Things get a little... It's... Okay. So now we have deals with VTubers. I'm okay with this. Oh. Well, it's not your fault that the fishing is just kind of not biting today, Ronnie. Oh, okay, it's almost 7. I wonder, what about that slightly deeper part of the lake? Just over here. There we go. Silent Hill 2 more bleak than scary. Personally prefer Silent Hill 3 and wish it would get more appreciation. I never played enough Silent Hill 3. I never did. I played the hell out of 2. I played the hell out of 1. And that was about it. That was about it. Never really did too much Silent Hill after that. I did a short message and complained the whole time. Silent Hill 3 is the sequel to 1? Hey, Nujen Basky, hello, hello. Did you just spend bits to gigantify an emote? Funny thing about that super zoomed in emote there. The reason I went for that was because at the normal size, I felt like you really don't see the detail of my facial expressions nearly well enough, because I always zoom out a little bit more to fit the hair into the emote. But, yeah, you just made that extra gigantic, okay. Well, thank you for the biddies. Thank you, thank you. I'm just here desperately trying to catch a fish, failing, having a 5th. Oh. I saw the first Silent Hill movie, but I don't know if there was another one, wasn't there? Because I don't think I saw it if there is. I remember seeing the first, having my thoughts on it. There were just times when I felt like calling the protagonist a dumbass. I mean, yes, when they have the one angle go where she just walks into the barrel. That was one of them where I'm just like, dumbass. But that was based on the fact that players do, when they're playing Silent Hill, tend to just run into the barrel. It was just kind of an inside joke kind of reference there. So that's acceptable. That's just, you know, hey, we're talking about the game here. We actually played it for this movie. Isn't that amazing? But the part where she's, like, trying to go between 2 buildings and then just, like, oh shit, and just drops her fucking knife. It's like, yeah, you dumbass. Second one kind of adapts 3? Okay, alright. I mean, Pyramid Head was in the first one, and Pyramid Head didn't show up until Silent Hill 2 because, well, I mean, we all know why. Bite the fucking bait! Okay. Never saw any Silent Hill movies. Felt like you learned your lesson from the first Resident Evil film. Felt it should be more gritty and raw. I mean, yeah. Decker, watch What Human Do online and you'll notice horror movie protagonists are psychic teacher compare. What? I'm confused. Oh yeah, I did a review of Stay Alive. And I fucked up because the Hyper Blaster is in that game. Now, I never got that. I never did that. Now, that's this little secret thing, and that's not really how you should be playing anyway, and I should have been complaining about that. Like, what the fuck is going on with this asshat wanting to hyper blaster his way through Silent Hill? Fucking asshole. But, yeah. I made it like it didn't exist at all, and that's just because I'm a fucking stupid. Oh. Okay. English is second language. There's okay. Watch what human do online, and you'll notice horror movie protagonists are psychic teacher compare. So, watch what people are do. Watch what people do online. Watch how people act online, and you'll realize that horror movie protagonists, in comparison, are psychic professors. Something like that. Oof. Ooh. Ah, broken fingers. Ow. Next about me Silent Hill Shattered Memories. And she smashed it. That's not nice. Now, I don't know about Shattered Memories. I haven't tried that one. It was the short message. That's the last one I played. That was the free demo link thing. There's a CGI Silent Hill series, but it looks awful. Oh. Oh well. Oh well. So should I pick up Bullet Girls Fantasia? You think you'd like guys like watch me play some Bullet Girls Fantasia over here? Yeah. Bullet Girls Fantasia. I was driving the Bullet Girls Fantasia truck in EDF 5. I didn't have any idea at the time what the fuck that is. It would be hilarious at least. Totally enjoy prawn games. Oh, yes, yes. The shock would wear off eventually. These fish better start biting soon. I'm running out of brew. Spent most of it trucking last night. You know how many gallons it takes to truck properly? Is Bullet Girls a spin-off of the anime about girls in tanks? I don't think so, but I know what anime you're talking about. Oh, God, what's it called? I've seen clips of it where there's just anime girls that pilot tanks and wage war in anime girl style. D3 has been publishing Girls with Guns games since the PS2. Oh yeah, D3 is a cheap-ass publisher. It's just EDF has become like the one thing they've done that people are like, this is amazing. Like that me, for instance. I'm like EDF. This is amazing. But let's see. No. Okay. We go to EDF 6, go to the store page there, and they are proudly like, hey, this won the 2023 Japan Game Awards. Fucking, like, there we go. Look at that. Look at this. Nihon Geimu,
this ever happened to you? If
big
so, you may be
prize.
entitled to a huge settlement. Call our law firm today.
So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing myself some EDF 6.
Good evening. Chad Broseph here with today's news. Our top story tonight, widespread reports of color changes to the evening sky have been recorded across the city. Let's get a word from Shelley with our Beat on the Street team. Shelley, how's it looking out there?
Hey Chad, things are looking pretty red out here. Despite the widespread destruction, the EDF is still hosting recruitment centers to get new soldiers to join the fight. Anyone interested can sign up at their open enrollment booth down by the burning rubble pile on the corner of 5th and Main. Apparently, the next 100 sign-ups are eligible to win a juicy steak.
Hell yes.
This just in. We have even more breaking news. The EDF announced they will be implementing soldier recruitment decoys.
Let's go! Domo sabi desu! EDF! EDF!
For many years, these balloons have been used for soldier recruitment purposes, but they will be converted to be used for military purposes. To any civilians nearby, please evacuate immediately, since these are extremely effective at attracting many aliens, if not soldiers as well. You know what? That's it. Today is the last time I'll be on the air. I'm off to join the EDF. See you on the battlefield. Do you think they have any steaks left?
Oh yeah, I'm very much looking forward to EDF 6 on the 25th. Finally, it's been out in Japan since like 2022. It's been a while. Don't cry. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now I was worried I was gonna like scroll down here and there'd be the wing diver with the alien tentacle just going like this, and I'm like, no, what have you done? What have you done? But yeah, this is a different developer, Sandlot, but it's still D3 Publisher. So D3 Publisher calls the shots on a lot of these things, which is why we got the Bullet Girls Fantasia cross in EDF 5. Like, drive the Bullet Girls Fantasia truck. It's the Bullet Girls Fantasia stuff. It's great. You're gonna love it. Let's see. What was the other? Pretty sure. Ah, yes. Get the body pillow. There's the body pillow you can get. It has a DLC weapon. Though, I highly suggest not getting the DLC weapons for EDF. Unless you just have, like, $5 you never want to see again. Because they are absolutely useless in terms of actual... like, unless you're running around level 1 in easy mode, it's not going to kill anything. They don't scale, they don't level up, they're just a little happy little gimmick, fun, silly thing. The pillow hits as hard as a pillow. So trying to kill anything with it, it's not going to work. And they charge like $3 for the damn thing. So, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if it's just there to unlock in the game for fun, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. But they're asking $3 for the shit. I'm like, no. No. Gotta catch them all. I'm trying, but they ain't fucking biting. They don't give a shit. Not one fuck given. So I think the engine that on the PlayStation 2 was used to power the original Earth Defense Force as a Simple 2000 game, the Simple series published by D3 for 2,000 yen a game, otherwise like a $20 game. The Simple 2000 series, that's where EDF got its start, was like, hey, Here's a bargain bin game from the bargain bin, designed for the bargain bin. It was never going to be expensive. It's in the bargain bin right here. We made this cheap fucking game about shooting bugs. Here you go. That same engine was also used to create a game where you play as a helicopter and you have to save a city from a giant, out-of-control kaiju woman. It's not a female kaiju monster. It's just a giant woman in a bikini. And, like, it's like, she's there stomping through the city, like, and you gotta fly around her and be like, your current mission is to shoot her in the ass, and you gotta shoot her in the ass. It's like, great, now, left tit, I repeat, missiles into the left tit! And it's like, okay. Like, the same engine that powered the original EDF was the shoot the giant titty game. Fun times. Jiggle physics. I don't know, did it have jiggle physics? Like, it took a while before they added ragdolls into EDF, so... Like, ragdolls weren't added to EDF until, like, EDF 2025. So that was the 4th EDF game. There was some physics calculations in EDF 3, EDF 2017. Played that on the, Xbox 360. It's a Xbox 360 exclusive. Fun story about that. I believe I've told this story before, but it's a funny little story, and it's kind of like it's how I first played EDF, and it's also the story of how EDF managed to continue until this point. Because if this didn't happen, then we might not still have the EDF series. Like, Earth Defense Force started on PlayStation 2, and they got 2 games, Earth Defense Force and Earth Defense Force 2. It was the first time, like, ever that a simple 2000 series game got a sequel. They're like, this sold really well, let's make another one. So, okay, Earth Defense Force 2, and it sold pretty well too, and they're like, okay, cool, that's awesome. We have a successful series here. Oh my god! And so the PlayStation 3 is coming along. And the guys at D3 and Sandlot, they're like, fucking awesome. We can make a 3rd one to go, like, the Earth Defense Force 3 on PlayStation 3. This is gonna be amazing! We're finally made it. We finally fucking made it. Sony. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make, get this, Earth Defense Force 3 on your PlayStation 3. What do you think? And Sony looked at D3 Publisher, and they were like,
get your fucking ghetto-ass budget games off my system. We are the PlayStation 3. We are for serious gamers, for serious games. We're not going to allow your trash to sully our storefront. Do you understand me, D3 Publisher? You guys stick to your fucking titty games on PC, okay? We are not taking this shit anymore. We don't need you. We don't want you. Fuck off.
And so D3 Publisher's sitting there like, well, shit! We got a really good game here that people like! And where the fuck are we gonna fucking... Damn it! We got a fucking name for ourselves on PlayStation. What the fuck do we do now? And then, in the meantime, around the same time, Microsoft was heading to Japan. And they were like, please, God, somebody, please give us some Japanese games. Please. Everyone judges everyone based on how many Japanese games you have, and we have fucking nothing. We're an American company. We need some fucking games. Please, somebody. Please. We need games. And so D3 looked at that, and they were like, hey, how about, Earth Defense Force? And they were like, great, Love it. Earth Defense Force, amazing. Little stipulation. It's gonna have to be exclusive to the Xbox 360. You okay with that? We'll release it in America too. Fuck it. Yeah, shit. Give us a Japanese game. We'll release it everywhere. But it's gonna be an Xbox 360 exclusive. All right. And they're like, okay, we're making a third one. Awesome. And so they release Earth Defense Force 3. And it's the first one to come out in America. 1 and 2 did get ported to Europe, but sort of. They didn't actually translate the story. They just deleted it and just gave you the levels as Monster Attack. Contrast that with the PS5's storefront, which is swamped with shovelware. Yeah. And then again, that's like PS5 and Xbox and Nintendo and Steam. How's the Epic storefront looking? I don't know. I don't really go there. Well, Epic doesn't need to show the the shovelware. They help make it. Maybe change some gear. We could try. We could go back down to the red worm. Or the bloodworm. We were on the red worm. Point is, let's get it back to deep. Here we go. Alright, 1 second real quick. I got a thing I gotta do. Boom. The body count, right. But, you playing the game on the channel is the first time you heard of EDF? Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a super popular series still. It is in Japan, just not outside of it. Yeah, so Microsoft, they're like, okay, we need Japanese games. Okay, we'll take Earth Defense Force. We'll make it an Xbox exclusive, because we actually care about that at this point in time. And that's going to help us get a foothold in Japan. And it did. It was a very good seller for... It actually moved Xbox units in Japan. One of the reasons why the Xbox 360 sold as well in Japan as it did compared to the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X and S was Earth Defense Force. Something that, as I can note,
does not exist on the Xbox One or Xbox Series X and S. The last Earth Defense Force to come out on an Xbox console was Earth Defense Force 2025, Earth Defense Force 4 for the Xbox 360.
Interesting. But yeah, the Earth Defense Force 3 comes out on Xbox. It actually sells Xboxes in Japan. And it's like, D3's like, fuck yeah, we're still in the game, son. Microsoft's like, fuck yeah, we actually sold something in Japan. And then PlayStation's like, fuck, yeah, you can make your damn games on our system again, fuck. And so the following Earth Defense Force games come to PlayStation as well as Xbox, with the Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, which was made specifically for targeting Americans, which no one liked that game. And Earth Defense Force 2025 came out on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So everyone like, yeah, cool. And then here comes the PlayStation 4. And then Earth Defense Force 2025, the fourth Earth Defense Force game, they're like, hey, let's get a little update for the PlayStation 4. It'll be Earth Defense Force 4.1. Release that on PlayStation 4. And then release it on PC as well. There we go. And Xbox sitting there like, and Xbox? And they're like, nah. And I've never got an example of exactly why, but I think the answer came when Earth Defense Force World Brothers came out at this. It launched at the same day for PlayStation 4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Or did the Switch version come out a little bit later? Either way. It came out on everything but Xbox. And, well, I don't have absolute confirmation, like hard proof, but we do know that Sony has been known to slip a few dollars here and there if it means make sure this doesn't come out on Xbox. I think possibly Earth Defense Force 3 coming out exclusively on Xbox 360 and being successful in Japan kind of put Earth Defense Force as a higher priority for Sony. Like, make sure that shit doesn't come out on Xbox. Just a theory. A game theory. Like to catch a fish sometime. Hey, Terror Girl. Want me to catch some fish for you? There's some nice warmth there. Good, huh? Yeah, Queen Terra has decided to bless us with her presence. Is you purring? Oh yeah. I could hear her purring from my with my headphones on. But yeah, my own history with EDF was just well, I have a long history of enjoying video games and being broke as fuck. Does Queen Terra require snuggles, treats, and nappy time? Yeah. He loves all those. Snuggles on her own terms, though. Try and give her snuggles when she doesn't want snuggles, and you're gonna get scritches. But my own history with EDF is just the fact that it's always been kind of a budget title. Until now, I guess. But yeah, love video games, be broke as fuck. So the bargain bin was a place I'd go very frequently. So I've developed a bit of a... I'm kind of a connoisseur of jank. I enjoy myself a game that doesn't quite go as smoothly as it could be. You know, there's actually a really, really fun time you can have with games like Bullet Witch. Bullet Witch is listed as like one of the worst games ever made, but honestly it's a lot better than people give it credit for. And that probably also goes hand in hand with why I honestly really enjoyed playing Redfall. More than I enjoyed playing Prey, honestly. Same studio. I can see the connection, but I had more fun with Redfall. Yeah. Well, EDF 5, I found that in a bargain bin, just sitting there, and it was like, Earth Defense Force, and I'm looking at the back, and it looked like cheap as hell, and it's like, you're a soldier, fight aliens, save Earth, and I'm like, this looks like it might be fun for the afternoon, I'll play it. It's $15. Alright, I'll take it. I buy that, throw it in my Xbox 360, fire it up.
And my world changes forever. I start the level. Everyone's screaming over the radio about an alien invasion. I'm like, okay, we're fighting aliens today. And then I look, and a giant fucking ant comes out of nowhere, and it starts trying to rip my face off. So I shoot it, and it explodes in glorious alien blood and flies off into the horizon, and I'm like, well, that was satisfying. And then I realize there's 200 more of them. I fire away as they come at me with their teeth and their claws shooting acid everywhere. I fire and fire and fire away. Fortunately, I have unlimited ammunition, which makes this a lot easier than it otherwise would be. And I can concentrate on my shooting instead of my ammo count. Eventually, I put the last one down. The radio kicks in again. More aliens are coming down. Just a block down. I head down there and I see 400 giant ants tearing apart helpless citizens. I dive in. I start shooting wildly into the crowd. I can hardly see for all the blood everywhere, but the radio tells me there are aliens in that direction, and in that direction I fire. I see my radar showing the red blips breaking down one by one. I pick up health packs as I go along, trying desperately to survive. The last one dies, and suddenly, glorious music plays and says, "Mission clear." And the level ends. And I realize, this is what I was put on this world to do.
So yeah, that's just kind of how EDF put its beautiful claws into me. Haven't tried Redfall, but Clive Barker's Jericho. That was one game you enjoyed, but most hated it. I haven't tried Jericho, but I do remember hearing a lot of crap about it. Maybe I should give it a shot. Oh yeah, I eventually, like, I played the hell out of EDF 2017. More recently, I went back to it, played the hell out of it again because I never completed every single mission on Inferno, and that was a bit of a sore spot for me. I had to work together with Poulter in split screen co-op. Getting through Iron Rain, just normal mode at the moment. Yeah, Iron Rain's an interesting one. It's not quite the same, but it's EDF enough. But like the problem is that it was supposed to do to EDF what Monster Hunter World did for Monster Hunter, where it's like, here's a game with a niche audience that is loved and followed by many. Let's make it more palatable for a Western audience and expand it to a whole new audience who will then, like, consume more of our mainline games. EDF Iron Rain was supposed to do that for EDF, but the only ones who played it were mostly people who were already into EDF, and they were like, you know, this isn't very good. And that's as far as that went. But EDF Iron Rain is still fun. It's a bit slower paced than normal EDF. So you gotta be more mindful of a lot of things. Like, when you're blowing up an enemy, don't be around it when it explodes, because that actually matters in Iron Rain. Don't let giant enemies fall on top of you. Medium-sized giant enemies is one thing. But a giant enemy falling on top of you? That's gonna do some damage. Don't let it happen. But you gotta also time your fucking...
Hack off your limbs!
Is that, dude? Don't hack off your limbs. Don't... It's just a bad idea in general. There's, in Iron Rain, there's also, like, certain attacks the enemies do that are really hard to dodge, and you gotta get the timing just right to do that. Like... There's the less difficult to dodge, where the giant Mark II... what the hell do they call them? I want to call them Hectors. The giant robots. The Mark II version of them. They got the yellow laser eye beam. That you got to get the timing right to dodge on. But they also have this other attack where they just lash out with a ice-powered claw. And that is such a fast fucking attack from them. I don't know if I've ever dodged that one right. It is just a nightmare. Well, we could catch fish at some point. We really could. Maybe. Eventually. These fish ain't fishing, I say. I swear to God. We caught like 2 fish today, and they were not what we were going for. We got burbot.
Hello, Buck. It's Clay. Just getting in at Ruby River Range if you need me. Got you down here.
Son of a... The old Getz is wondering where are the fish? Fish fear me. Women fear me. All I know is fear. Okay, Tara, I'll catch you a fish. She loves fish, actually. I feel like I need to specify this because, Dobby, Poulter's cat, well, our cat, but Poulter's cat. It was the cat Poulter had before we met. Tara's the cat I had before we met, so Dobby's Poulter's cat, Tara's my cat. Understand? They're both our cat. But Tara loves some fish. When it comes to her favorite... I can't say the F word. Consumables. Her favorite meal. She really likes the pate with fish flavors. Those she will go for, like, she likes salmon. She likes... When I have, like, real fish, she loves salmon. She loves tuna. She loves, like... crustaceans. Like, she'll just eat the hell out of fish. She loves it. Dobby, on the other hand, he doesn't... He does not care for fish at all. He's... Nope. Dobby more picky. He likes spaghetti. Dobby likes spaghetti. Dobby likes cheese. Dobby loves bread. Bread is like, best thing ever. I can't sit there and Skyrim the NPC eat my loaf of bread without Dobby showing up and like trying to sneak a bite out of it while I'm not looking. Like, we evacuated for Hurricane Harvey at one point. Had to leave Dobby behind, filled his food bowl up a bunch, gave him a lot of water and several pots full of extra water just in case that one doesn't last. Dobby loved freaking honey buns, that's right. And had to go, and in a couple of days it came back and found his food bowl was not as low as we thought it would be. Found out why when I got to the table, and there's a loaf of bread that I forgot that was in the bag, that he ripped open that side of the bag, and he ate like half a loaf of bread while we were gone. Oh. That cat just... Yes, Poulter. Very nice. Yeah, Poulter's got some new emotes to fill out her emote slots, as you can see. Oh, boy. Ooh, broke my arms. There, girl, right there, girl. Hi. Paws. Yeah, you do. You got paws. He is such a good girl. He is. I don't think it's going to be burning on. What if I turn it up? Okay. There we go. Last night we made ham and bacon grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup with cheese tortellini. We and cats passed the hell out. Yeah, good girl. She is sitting here purring. American Truck Sim. Actually, Pulted, I think that's one you could play in VR. Like, in terms of VR games. Because you can play it with a controller. With the headset. Like, standard controller. There you go. You probably don't give a shit about playing American Truck Sim. But you could. It's not one of the VR games where you have to have the two hands and going around and doing this shit. Like, it's a very cerebral palsy friendly VR game. You get motion sickness and car sickness. There's that. That is a... I guess that's a bit of an issue. You could try Dramamine, play for a little bit, and it's just drive a big fucking truck. That's not too weird, both wine. I still get kind of car sick if I'm not driving, which sucks because I'm not driving that much anymore. I do still drive, which is very nice, but, yeah. When you visit your mom, or cat won't eat anything that's not his usual stuff, but he will sit and watch you eat. Huh. It's weird you get the same way if you don't drive. Why is everyone saying it's weird? There's at least 3 people in this conversation that all have the same issue. How is this weird? This is just going by the total amount of viewers together here. We're still a very high percentage. Not odd. Even if we're the only ones here that actually this happens to, it's still pretty common. Oh, you dare, get the fingy things. Get the fingy things. You get less sick in a high truck, and you get more high in a sick truck. Not sure if my ex was sick to his stomach or just afraid to watch drive when he was a passenger. Buries his head in a book and not look up. Well, if it's in a book, then it was probably fear, because, dear God, books will make you... Like, if you are trying not to get sick from motion sickness while a passenger, don't read. Don't read. Do not. Do not. Oh, I just dare kitty. Why is it dare kitty girl?
Oh, it's a dare kitty girl right there. Oh yeah, it's a dare kitty. Oh yeah.
Aw. Alright, now to sarcasm. Sorry to hear that. Tara gets lots of love. Wait. Your mother thought that if you read on the bus to school, you wouldn't get sick? I feel like the rule of don't read is something to do. Oh, But I feel like the knowledge of the rule is don't read. Pretty common knowledge. Like it in I don't know if they mentioned this in the remake, but in the original Final Fantasy VII, when you're on the airship, Yuffie's there being motion sick, and you as Cloud are telling her things that she can do to try and mitigate that. And one of the things you tell her, like very important, like most important rule of all, never read. Did we change spots, gear, or mission? No, we're just still here like, hey, sunfish! Bite it! And I'm just, you know, petting my cat. Petting my cat. Giving little scritches. He's just so cute. He is so happy and warm. So we gonna catch any fish tonight? Well, I mean, other than the other two we already caught. Nice fish, but it'd be nice to catch another one. It's 6:30 at night. We're gonna catch the proper fish. Well, I mean, that's the thing. My mission here is the bronze rank green sunfish. Wife booked you on a cruise, so you have to fly. Probably one of the biggest fears now is now that you've crashed in everything else. Oh. If you pay that night lady on Twitter for her Snapchat, you'll catch a catfish. Well, there's that. There's that. I'll definitely get catfished at that point. Definitely a catfish right there. Probably not going to help me in the game, but I'll get the catfish. Just catch a fucking fish, you fucking fuck. Yeah, I feel like here in this kind of situation, maybe like a nice night of Microsoft Flight Simulator wouldn't be bad, because then we'd be going somewhere. We'd have a destination. We'd be moving. I'd be checking my dials and stuff. Here we're just kind of sitting here like, these fish ain't fucking biting. But there is that new Microsoft Flight Simulator coming. When's that coming out? Because I'm looking forward to that, honestly. When is the new Microsoft Flight Simulator? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 release date November. Oh no, define November. The 11th month of the year. No. Translate that to English means the 11th month of the year. Okay. Oh, man. People complain about RNG in World of Warcraft. They've never played Call of the Wild and it's RNG. And there's a good amount of simulation going on here. But god damn! Would these fish please bite my fucking shit? I mean, not my shit, but my hook that I baited with fish. Tasty foods for fish and... Ow. Ow. Ooh, that hurts. You hear that? Ow. Playing bloody knuckles with myself over here. Did the bait dissolve? It might have at this point. I mean, I have a worm on there, which should suggest that it has some kind of... like, I want to call it sausage casing, but that's not exactly right, but it also kind of is. Because, you know, traditional sausage casing is made out of intestinal lining. Actually, is it still? Because otherwise, what do they do with the intestinal lining? Take the Jerky Boys Jeopardy test? I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Other than the fact that they're called Jerky Boys and they make prank phone calls. That's about it. That's the entirety of my knowledge. Well, fuck me. I'm forgetting the answers. No, that's the key if we're doing Jeopardy. If we're doing Jeopardy, then it doesn't matter. I don't need to give any answers. I just gotta ask a lot of questions. You gotta be like, this is that and that and that and this. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And they're gonna be like, that's correct. All answers must be phrased in the form of a question. That's Jeopardy for you. At least that was. I heard that they stopped doing that, but that was just what several years ago when I heard how Jeopardy was just, you know, dumber than it used to be. I don't know how accurate that was. That Jeopardy just stopped asking for things in the form of a question. But I assume that it still does. I don't know. I haven't checked out Jeopardy in a long time. I just remember being very young, looking at Jeopardy, and seeing people with the same names as other people that I know, and they're clearly not the same people. And I'm just there like, maybe traveled through time. That's how I could explain it. The name was taken. I'm sorry. Who? Huh? Heard Vanna and Pat retired. Things are sad. I don't want to watch them now. Alex Trebek is liable to come out there and punch my mouth loose. Was I not right about the... I mean, I was saying, like, I don't know. It's just what I heard. It's what I heard, and I wasn't sure of its validity. Its validity. Validations. Validations. Valedictorian. Here, yeah, those little tiny teethers right in the front there, and then those really big teethers on the side. See that? You see that? See those little teethers and those big teethers. Look at those teethers. You having a dream there, Tara? A dream? Yeah, get a little footsie. So are they actually gonna bite the damn hook, or is it just like not occurring? I also need another beer. I ain't got nothing in here. Okay, what's the time? Okay, 6:49. They just ain't freaking doing it. They ain't doing it. Find lake mix. Yeah, I don't know what the whole lake mix deal is. So, let me see. Where is the old shop? Hey, fuckaroo.
Well, I'm all the better for seeing you, Buck.
Hi, what the hell is wrong with you?
I try not to stay at work too long. I got sweet Lucy waiting. Sometimes it feels like I come here just so I can go back home.
Why is your phone camera pointing in my face?
Shame to see
Salutations! Beautiful day we're having.
Hi. You got lake mix? The hell is lake mix?
Here's what I've got.
Cheese to bread, hot dog, marshmallow, brown bait. What the advantage? High impact lake. What the? Okay. Ground bait. That's a new one. I don't think that was there before. 100 frickin'. Oof. That's a lot of monies.
Come back soon.
I just don't wanna. Okay. Head out to the lake with the lake mix. See what the lake has to give us. There's clearly a fishy there. Did I tag that one? I feel like I probably did tag this one. Well, let's get up close to it to make sure. Yep, we did. Okay, deep lake. Wait, what does lake mix do that is the reason I can't fucking use it? Because I just spent all my money on lake mix. It doesn't even tell me what it can and cannot fucking be. Throwable. Bait boat? What the fuck is a bait boat? Oh, purchase that in the fucking Microsoft store, of course. Oh, it's only $4.49. Take your bait game to the next level with the Lake Pal Bait Boat. This remote-controlled device lets you deploy bait further from the shore with pinpoint precision and control. Okay, how do I... What button do I do for the... Okay. So what do I do for... How do I fucking... What? How do I throw a freaking late fucking mix fucking fuck? Ugh. What do I press to equip this shit? Ugh. Throw bait with right, left click, short. Well, how do I equip my bait? Because it's telling me how to, like, equip slots 1 through 5 with 1 through 5. Equip with T. What the okay. Well, that's just my last thing. God damn it. Well, then what the... How do I equip this damn thing that I just bought to fucking use on my fucking... Damn it. I understand. I can throw baits. Cool. How? My equipment slot is just for equipment. Deploy bait with B. Is that gonna be it? I guess not. Come on. Did that work? What happened? No, that's changed position. Ugh. What do you want me to do, game? Come on, I just spent all my money on bait, and I don't know how to fight. All I gotta do is throw it in the lake and hope it works, and I don't know how to fucking do that. do I throw baits? I bought all this bait. I equipped it in my throw bait slot. How do I activate my throw bait slot to throw the fucking bait? Okay, that's the bail arm. It's the bait button according to the options in another context, but not here, it ain't. I don't know what the fuck this thing wants me to do. I gotta pee. Let me know if I fuck anything up on the way while I'm gone. Ugh. Well, shit.
Pure evil.
Oh, now that shouldn't be. All right, back at it. What comedy out of Caddyshack and National Lampoon's Vacation? Well, I haven't really seen Caddyshack in its entirety, so I can't really make that call. Wait, Cronny, did I actually miss some bites? Did I actually? Maybe, because shit. This time it actually frickin' okay. Well, this one's not that big. Another fucking Burbox. I got 53 credits. That's half as much as one of my sets of frickin' fricks cost. But now it's like night. Jeez, it is very nice. So what was that night fish I was trying to... Now they're fucking biting. Now they're like, hey, you know what? This seems tasty. Now let's have some fun here with some bites and shit. Several oh no's. I'm just thinking of that like Knuckles. Oh no. This one's bigger than the other one. Well, the burbots are night fish, so I might still be catching burbots here, which is really annoying because I'm trying to catch sunfish. But at least I'm catching something. I'll take something over nothing. But I'm trying to catch sunfish. Another gold burbot. Okay. 111 XP. One thingamajigger. 133 credits. Okay. Getting XP on my stuff. I'll take that. Gained a level. Finally. Fucking finally. Progress. Ugh. Oh, it's okay there, girl. What'd you do? It's nice when she pets me back. Okay, this one's smaller. Still burbots, and they're still pretty big. Did I not? Have I been trying to catch things way too damn big this whole time, but not like, I'm like, hey, sunfish, why don't you get over here and hop on my hook? And they're like, no. Fuck you. Fuck you in the booty butt. Well, that's not nice. And they're like, well, that's what you're getting. Yeah, my booty butt. Is it called a sunfish for a reason? Well, I feel like it is because the fish is an asshole. Just like the sun. Hey, Tara. And a little lemon. A little Tara doing. Now they're like, nah, I ain't biting. Screw you. Aw. Oh, there's that, Granny. There's that. Because I has a flavor? Where's the night fish? I was trying to go for the wally. Big shore, shallow lake, deep lake, leeches, minnow, crankbait. Okay. Marked location is where? At the marked location? I don't see any marks. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's try and catch Wally. A Jedi or a Sith Lord? Well, you see, I'm not exactly into the whole Jedi code on its, like, every single aspect of it, but I'm the same with the whole Sith thing. Like, well, there's a reason why. It's like, it's good and evil. It's just like they're very extreme in both senses. But when it comes to, like, when I played Knights of the Old Republic way back in the day, I remember I was trying to make a evil character, but the game kept like, fucking me on that because it was like, well, no, you actually, you should have chosen the option to just mindlessly murder everyone for daring to breathe in your presence. Otherwise, you actually were kind of like on the side of good here. Which was annoying to me, because it's just a general problem you have with a lot of games where you are supposed to kill things just as a means to progress. That's a muskie. And as such, like, it's like when I played the original Fable, and I was trying to make an evil character, and I had such a difficult time before I figured out the easy, cheap ways to be evil, like break everyone's windows. There you go, you're evil. But, like, when I was just trying to adventure, I encountered a spot with this guy. He's being attacked by Bulverines, and the Bulverines attack me, so of course I have to fight the Bulverines to not be murdered by them, and in doing so it gives me hero points, and I'm like, no. And the guy comes at me and he's like, hey, thank you very much for saving me. And so I'm trying to be evil, so I'm like, I gotta think of something real fast. And so I'm like, okay, rude gesture. Oi! And it's like, well, that's uncalled for. I get a little evil points, and I'm like, still not even breaking even on that. So then I just murder him on the spot. Then I get the just general, like, slightly evil. Like the hero points, I think that evened out. The hero points I got for fighting the Bulverines after I flipped the guy off and killed him just evened each other. They just canceled each other out. That was a normal day for a normal person. You kill the Bulverines, then you flip the guy off and kill him too. That's just what an average folk would do in that scenario. Silver Tiger Muskie, okay. Can't play Bard's Tale on stream? I can't? I think I played Bard's Tale on stream before, I just sucked at it. I have Bard's Tale on the Game Pass. That's what I'm playing the Angler on, is Game Pass. Song's copyright strikes. Oof. Oh, I didn't think about that. Damn. A lot of music is freaking hit with copyright, and it's annoying. At least we're catching things now, finally. Now that we're reaching quitting time, I'm here catching fish. The whole time I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, I could be doing some progress in Elden Ring. I could be fighting a boss this whole time. Not succeeding, but getting good. Getting gooder. And boy, I'm going to need to get good against the the dancing lion. Bronze Burbot, piece of shit, get out of here. But when I'm talking about... Oh, shit. When I'm talking about a Bard's Tale, what area of the country am I fishing in? I'm still in the Ruby Ridge. Oh, is that Ruby Ridge or what ridge? What fucking ridge am I in? What the fuck? Where am I? This place. I don't know. Mountains, rivers, lakes. Very nice to mix it up and fish sometime. Oh yeah, that's why I try to do variety streams in general. I just, you know, Elden Ring has had its hooks in me. So I do enjoy my... Hello, Hydeslark. Hello, hello. Oh, oh man. Oh, broken arms, broken arms. Ah. Tony J and Carrie's voices are they considered copyrights too? Wait, what, huh? Well, it's like, when we want to talk about legality, technically, with the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, every last aspect of, like, this game I'm playing right here, every last iota of it is copyrighted. The difference is that video game developers have recognized that letting people stream their gameplay increases the visibility of their games, and anyone interested in playing the game has to play the game in order to experience the gameplay. And watching it is just like, yeah, whatevs. So, by the letter of the law, like, people hold Nintendo to the, like, they're like, you bastards, why are you claiming people on this stuff? It's like, technically, by the letter of the law, Nintendo's in the right there. Business-wise, they're being stupid, and it's also, like, mean to general consumers and streamers and such. But by the letter of the DMCA, this is illegal as shit what I'm doing here, sitting here trying to fish virtually while I'm just streaming that experience. Like, hey, playing the angler. Look at this. The splashy sound there, the splashy water sound, that's copyrighted. Like, if I were to try and just take that sound and put it in something else that I was making myself, like making a video, not talking about this, like, not in a fair use sense, just like, I am making a video, and it involves me walking down a riverbank in my random skit for a video I'm making online. And I need a sound effect for running water, and I take this sound effect and I just use it. Absolute violation of copyright right there. No question. This is all copyrighted content. But just playing the game developers know that, hey, just let people talk about your shit if you want people to know that your shit exists. And here we are. Am I still going through base game for Elden Ring or doing the DLC? Oh, well. I got the DLC. I'm on the DLC on, well, I would call him my main, but I guess now I'm calling him my tank because the other character that I made is... I've just had a lot more fun. Well, my problem is, like, when I started playing Elden Ring, way back in the day when it came out, I did not have a good time. I had a terrible time, and I was very frustrated and angry. Then I discovered shields. And then I made a character focused entirely on defense and shields. And, it worked. It worked exceedingly.
I'm down at Emerald Lake for a while. Catch you later.
I'll catch you... Fuck off. Okay, thank you. Oh. So, Okay, it's kind of big, but kind of close, because my thing was right there. Come on, come on. You little bastard. You big bastard. Oh, that's a big basket. That's a gold muskie. That's a new record of gold muskie. Whoa. Yeah. Look at that muskie. Look at that muskie. Muskie right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby, that is a big old muskie right there in my hands, right here. Look at this muskie. Big old thick fish right here.
All right, let's throw him back before he drowns. But, yeah, when I first started playing, had a bad time, discovered shields, made a character entirely focused on shields, and I was like, yeah. And then, DLC's coming out, and I'm like, well, I'm playing more on PC now, and the last time I was playing on Xbox, and I have Elden Ring on PC, so if I want to play with people on PC, I'm going to have to make my character again on PC, and do that. So I made the character again. This time I focused on shields from the get-go and just tore through everything. And I succeeded. I got to the DLC, and I was just kind of pushing through and doing as you do. And there I am with my shield, just blocking everything and killing everything and poking everything. And then I'm like, okay, so, kind of bored. Just a little too easy. So, I got the idea. Well, okay, this is actually, like, the idea of the other character that I made. Also came from the fact that Poulter was having difficulty in one spot in Elden Ring, and she was running low on rune arcs. So I was like, hey, I got an idea. If I make another character, we can co-op, and you can help me with the bosses, and you'll get a free rune arc. And there's like plenty of early bosses you can help with, and get a relatively easily rune arc out of it. We can get you some rune arcs that way. And so it was like, okay, cool. So I started off, and I'm like, okay, I want something different. I want to play the game differently. I have been a tank, I've been heavy armor, trying desperately to get down to medium roll, which I did actually succeed in. Which is really nice to have, you know, Bull Goat set with a Fingerprint Stone shield and a Serpent Slayer spear, and medium roll. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. Then I'm there like, okay, I want to do something different. So I'm thinking, all right, I'll dual wield. If I'm using a weapon in my left hand, I can't block. I'm gonna have to be able to dodge. And let's say fuck it to actual, like, damage mitigation. Let's say I'm gonna have a focus on being light rolls. I'm gonna have a low amount of load limits. I'm gonna do light rolls, and I'm dual wield and light rolling. There we go. That's what I'm gonna be doing with this character. And so I made Hayai Kiru, and she. I was thinking I was gonna be like a dexterity build at first, but the first pair of weapons I managed to get my hands on were a couple of Lord Sorn straight swords. And straight sword dual wielding, or power stancing as it's called in Elden Ring. That is really fucking fun, and it reminded me a lot of Chalkin' the Forever Man, a Sega Genesis game that I did play on stream before. So I was thinking, like, I was going through with the 2 straight swords against, like, horrors of Elden Ring in, you know, like, high difficulty, and I'm fighting with 2 swords against them, and the double straight sword, the power stance straight swords, is a very powerful, high DPS, pretty high poise damage, and very wide attack pattern kind of thing in Elden Ring. So it's got a lot going for it. And so it was pretty quick for me to be like, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna just concentrate on Dex. Maybe I can just play this more like Chalk and the Forever Man. I'm just gonna generalize. I'm gonna do everything. I'm not gonna say, no, I'm too good for incantations. I'm too good for sorceries. No. I'm going to have FP. I'm going to have faith and intelligence and everything. And I'm just gonna go through the equipment I have and pick the best tools for the job for the targets I have at the time. And that's what I've done. I've made a generalist character who is not designed to be the best for any specific thing, but is able to do most anything. The bait is the bait that they want. It's just, yeah, it's the bait that the target I want wants, and they're just not fucking biting it. I'm getting them these muskies instead. Or muskies, or whatever I'm getting. I don't know. I'm getting these guys. I think muskies. Yeah, muskies. Yeah. So, eventually, I got them high enough that I was able to just start fighting things. And I went through, I got my smithing stone bell bearings. So I'm able to actually just crank everything up to +9 or +24, depending on what exactly I'm hunting at the time. And what the fuck? Oh, there's something there, ain't there? Something I can gather, right?
What's the forecast down there, Buckaroo? Something like a quarter way through? Well, keep it up.
Yeah, sure, no problem. What the fuck was that? I can't remember anything. So, yeah, I started going through Elden Ring with the 2 swords, and I just started learning to do the dodging on, like, everybody. And because I played through Elden Ring twice with my shield, I did learn enough about how to, like, the enemy attack patterns and stuff, so I was able to dodge pretty good from the gate. And then I got to Millennia. And I remember the second time I beat Millennia, like the first time I beat Millennia, it was a long process. It took me a while because I rage quit and I didn't go back for months. And then I went back on stream, and I'm like, okay, I'm streaming my Xbox to my PC, and here we go. I'm gonna fight Millennia, what have you. And it took a bit, but we took her down. But I was using, summons. I had my Mimic out. I'd spent a while because the frickin' shields don't frickin' work against Millennia. Got Relina dual greatswords. Ooh, fire and ice fits your build so good. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I want to get 2 of the Great Moon Great Swords, but I got to do New Game Plus for that. Mainly, I use the straight swords, and my go-to is the Sword of Night and Flame, paired with the Golden Epitaph. Now, people sleep on Faith, because a lot of the endgame enemies are very resistant to Faith. But if I encounter them, I just switch out the Golden Epitaph for something else. But if I'm fighting, like, undead and stuff, I switch out the Sword of Night and Flame for something else, because, oh boy, Faith damage is fantastic against those fucking Nightbirds. Made a samurai character, but wasn't getting any katana weapons. Oh, there's a few in there, and there's some very powerful ones. What I like is I saw a interview with Let Me Solo Her recently, and evidently his choice of katanas and his choice to use katanas and power stance them and all that, it was entirely Fashion Souls. He tripped across the, like, nice bonus of the fire damage from the Rivers of Blood combined with the frostbite damage, the other katana, and the way that it works, and like, you hit him with the frostbite proc, and then you remove the frostbite with the fire damage, and then you build up to the next frostbite proc immediately. Like, he tripped across that. That was not intentional. He was just like, these 2 katanas look really cool together. I'm going to use those. That was the reasoning there. But, like I said, like, my straight swords, I really feel awesome using the power stance straight swords. I'm like, okay, I'm fucking chalking over here. I'm fem chalking. Alright, another muskie, not bad, not bad.
We're here to fish, not be fish.
Oh, I'm being a fish right now. Is that just gonna stay up there? Let's give you all the magic to greatsword, even though there's only 3 in the DLC. I'm with my fem chalkin', because I'm just general stats build, like even stats, and I'm going to pick the best tools I have out of my repertoire for the job, which is like a lot of fun in my opinion. When I get to an enemy and I have difficulty with them, and then I'm going and I'm researching them, I'm like, okay, they're weak to this, that, and that. This works here, that works there. Based on all the things I have, I could use this, that, and that. And I go through all my stuff, and I make a quick set of equipment to try and work on that particular enemy, and boom, there I go. I've been going through and I'm looking at, like I haven't progressed any further in the DLC off stream, but I have been trying to get all the different weapons that I can. If it's not something like, oh, well, you can farm this anytime, I'm like, okay, if this is something I need to get one of here, and then another one when I get to New Game Plus, I want to get the one I can get right now, and there we go. And there's this one that I was supposed to be able to get from the Consecrated Snowfield. And it's like, I looked on my weapon list, and it wasn't there. And it's like, oh, this is dragged by the caravan being carried by 2 trolls to the Consecrated Snowfield. I went there, nightmare, everything's foggy, it's a pain in the ass, found the caravan dragged by 2 trolls, killed the trolls, went to the back of the caravan, the treasure chest is already open and it's empty. And I'm checking the wiki and everything, and they're just like, oh yeah, that's where it is, that's where you get it from, and everyone's just complaining about the weapon, and I'm like, where the fuck is the goddamn sword? So I don't know what the hell. You just jacked to be a strengthened mind and rolled the dice after that? Fair, fair. My big concern right now is I have 40 vitality. And at my current strategy of we get there when we get there, I'm gonna have to be like level 400 or like 300 or 400 before my vitality gets any better. And that could be a problem. I might need to see about just dumping points into vitality until I just get to 60 vitality, and then continuing on with everything else. Where did it go? Ever find out? No idea. The only hint I got was, like, maybe reload the area, but that's just based on people who say that they opened chests in other parts of the game that had nothing in them. But I didn't get to open it to find nothing. It was already open. And I'm like, where's the fucking sword? The only other possible hint is that at night in the consecrated snowfield, supposedly there are 2 knight cavalry who guard that particular caravan. So maybe if I fight 2 knight cavalry at once, I might... Did have to grind 11 levels to get some faith because you really wanted to dual wield those swords. Which ones? Because one thing that really, like, I'm a bit frustrated on is because I was concentrating on getting the somber smithing stones and getting all the bell bearings for the smithing stones and somber smithing stones, I made Lendel ashen. And there are several things that I missed in Lendel before making it ashen that I can't get now, and I need to go to New Game Plus to do it. One of them is the whetstone knife, the whetstone blade that allows you to make weapons either faith or lightning. And the other one is the coated sword. And that is one that I really wanted because it is a pure faith sword. It requires 20 faith to use, and it does entirely faith-based damage. Like, it does no physical damage at all. And it's evidently really good against shields. Bronze Wally! I caught a Bronze Wally! Is that what I've been trying to get this whole fucking time? No, I need a Gold Wally. Ah. Oh. Playing this while talking about Elden Ring stat distribution and unlucky loot pool. Peak gaming. I got this beer here. I got the beer. It's fine. It's fine. I got my Terra girl. She got a footsie. Oh. She doesn't want me messing with her foot. She's not that sleepy. How was my 4th of July? Pretty good. Pretty good. I went over to Charlie's uncle's place. Ate some boigas. Ate some hot dogs. Ate some watermelon. It was a very, very nice time. But I couldn't partake in any fireworks stuff because I didn't mess up the hot dogs. He cooked the hot dogs fine. I just didn't get the hot dogs exactly the way I wanted to have my hot dogs. But that's fine. He'd have to make hot dogs like specifically for me, which is, it's just more of a nostalgic thing than a absolute desire. It's not like the hot dogs were bad. It's just my grandfather always had his hot dogs fucking charred. Like literally, like charcoal on the outside of the hot dog. That's just how he cooked them. And I kind of miss that, honestly. So I wanted to have some charred hot dogs. I didn't have charred hot dogs. I just had well-cooked hot dogs. Woe is me. But the good memory, I mean, that's just a good aspect in the memories. You want to talk about the rest of the stuff that occurred in the 4th. Tasty memory. Like, I make halushkis because I like halushkis. I had halushkis when I was younger. But why is it the sun comes up? I can't catch shit. You fuckers. Halushkis, that is noodles and cabbage. Let me show you right now. It'll be easier this way. Cabbage noodle recipe. This one is a simple one. I don't need you loading your fucking ad. I just want to see the halushkis. Halushki. Wait. Okay, yeah. This one's got a little bit of meat in there and some green for some reason. This is a more standard halushki. This one's got carrot in there? I guess you could. I mean, none of these are like I make them. My halushkis are based on the halushkis my family made. This guy just throws everything in his halushkis. But the basics of halushkis. This is some parsley in there, really? Okay, here's some basic halushkis right here. You got your... Goddamn, fuck off! You got your egg noodles and your cabbage. There you go. That's halushkis. That's the basis of halushkis. Now, the way I make my halushkis... What the fuck is this? That's just ramen. What are you doing? Get out of there. So yeah, they're throwing some kibas in their halushkis. I guess that's not terrible. This is a pretty good standard halushki right here. You got your black pepper all over it with your cabbage and your egg noodles. What the fuck is that? Oh. No, don't do it again. Jesus Christ. That's just pot. That's not egg noodles. That's just like, what are those things called? Ziti? No, that's like the tube one, isn't it? Never seen Dagger so offended by parsley. I mean, I'm just saying, like, my halushkis don't look anything like these halushkis, which would mean that my halushkis are the weird halushkis. But some of these are more halushki than others. Like, this is a very plain, but still halushki. This guy did not do the cabbage. This is just like egg noodles and butter. There's some strips of cabbage, like, a lot of them incorporate the kobas in there, which makes sense. It is a Polish sausage. It's a Polish dish. Oh god, no. Shit! Anyway. Fuck. So, yeah.
Oh, now that shouldn't be.
Now, the way I make halushkis is combining the traditional halushkis with how my grandmother made them. Now, how my grandmother made them was fucking wrong in so many levels. Because the way my grandmother made them was kind of like the one The one picture we saw of the halushkis that were just egg noodles in butter. There was no cabbage to speak of. But halushkis, the dish, it means noodles and cabbage. So, like when I was missing the halushkis like my grandmother used to make. And so I was thinking like, hey, I can cook, I can look it up, I can just get this going my damn self. So I looked it up and I realized that my grandmother made it very fucking different than you're supposed to. So I was there at a little bit of a conundrum. I'm like, okay, I could make these halushkis, but they're not going to be like my grandmother's halushkis. Or I could make my grandmother's halushkis and just not care that they're not really halushkis. But you see, what I did is I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll turn my grandmother's not halushkis into actually halushkis. So my grandmother, the way she would do it would be like egg noodles with butter and cottage cheese. That's the thing that was missing from all of those. But I have in my recipe is the cottage cheese. So everyone out there who likes their halushkis, hearing me saying I put my cottage cheese in halushkis, is they're like, you psycho bastard! What the fuck is wrong with you? That doesn't go there. What the hell? Cottage cheese? Get the fuck! That's not halushkis. That's not halushkis. But that's how my grandmother would make them, and that's the flavor that I would remember is the egg noodles with butter and cottage cheese. So, you're supposed to have cabbage with it. So, what I do now is I saute cabbage diced up with onion. So I get like one head of cabbage, one medium small head of cabbage with 2 medium small onions, depending, like, you get the feel for it. It's not an exact science. So you chop up the head of cabbage, throw in some onion, throw in, if it's a large amount, a stick of butter. If it's a small amount, like where it's like a small head of cabbage and 1 onion, then like a half stick of butter. Throw that together. And then just throw some salt and pepper over it. Good amount of pepper. And then with the egg noodles, you just cook the egg noodles al dente as you do. And then you throw in a stick of butter and a whole stick of butter for the egg noodles, so at least half a stick for the cabbage. Tiger muskie, oh yeah. Don't eat things you can't pronounce. Ah. Come on, I know you eat some haunches. I know it. But, yeah, so I got the egg noodles with a stick of butter and, like 12 ounces of cottage cheese. Mix that all together, and then I have it, like, stored separately. The egg noodles and the cabbage with the cottage cheese and with the onions and stuff and pepper and all that fun stuff. And then I put an even amount of both in a bowl and mix it up, and boom, here you go. And it's fucking delicious. Now, like I said, from all those other pictures, it's clear that traditional halushkis do not involve cottage cheese. And it's far more likely that people will add kobase, like Polish kielbasa. So if you don't want cottage cheese, put in some kobas. It'll probably be really nice. Actually, the kobas would probably mean you don't even need the butter because it's greasy as fuck. Gotta be some meat in there for you? Yeah. So yeah, with kobas, you probably wouldn't need the butter, at least not as much. Like, I put in, like I said, for a 12-ounce... Like 12 to 16 ounces of egg noodles with a 12-ounce container of cottage cheese and an entire stick of butter for the noodle part. And depending on how big a head of lettuce you got, either 2 onions and a full stick of butter or 1 onion and half a stick of butter. There we go. Noodles, etc., whatever, wanted to charge you $12 for just buttered noodles. And that was 12 years ago. God damn. Making you hungry for victuals you don't have. Sorry. Well, I don't got them right now either. I need some. Man, I was supposed to stop streaming like half an hour ago, but now the fish are biting. Now they're biting. I want to catch some fucking fish. That's why I'm playing this game. And the beer. And the beer. Never fails, just like real fish. Yeah, the time you set for fishing. Go out there, they ain't biting. Then as soon as you're supposed to go home, bam. Here they are. Smallmouth bass, not bad. I'm getting all kinds of fishy fish today. Yeah, get. Good enough. It ain't fishing if you're sober? Yeah. You're not supposed to bike, you're supposed to talk endlessly. I think my hook is still too big for the dang sunfish that I've been, oh god, trying to get. I mean, the sun's already coming up. Look at that sun. Look at that sun over there. Look at that. There's a sun coming up over the ridge right there, over the Ruby Ridge. Been so hot you jump in the river after trying to fish for an hour? Well, we're here to fish, not be fish. This one's a small one. There we go, bronze muskie, no XP, but money. Money, 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 money. Shoot them and salvage the remains. Ah, crap, I don't got my gun on my hip right now. Then again, this may be a good thing, because if I were to pull it out right now, then Twitch would have issues that I'm pulling a gun out on stream. Oh, God. So, I mean, honestly, like, I would want less people streaming, just waving guns around. Like, what's the point? No reason to just have that on camera. Might shoot you. Very dangerous. That's right. Look out. X and his best friend found a box of TNT. They decided to go fishing with it. I mean, it works. It just... I hope you're okay with fish sticks. Man, I gotta go for some fish sticks right now. Northern pike. Here we go. I got an 8. Sunfish, please exist. Oh, Del Taco fish tacos. God dang. And I have not been to enough fish-themed restaurants. Like, every time I go to a restaurant, like, I've only been to a fish-themed one a couple of times, and every time I go to a fish-themed one, I have the best fucking food ever. Like, I've had tilapia where I'm like, oh my god. Oh.
It was all just a dream.
Yeah, it felt like it. It did. It was like, I expected to be waking up at any moment, but no, that's just some fucking crisped up Cajun seasoning on this tilapia. I was like, oh my god. I didn't know you could make food taste this good. And like, here's some dip for your tilapia. I'm like, what? You can add more flavor to this? You're like, yeah, you white son of a bitch. Take the fucking dip. I'm like, okay, yes, I will. Thank you.
Who's that lurking over there?
Thank you, Rama fan. Thank you for lurking. I caught sunfish, bluegill, and bass while fishing up in Michigan and Cass Lake. All right. You can get sunfish and smallmouth bass in my lake. Very small specimens of each, but hey, they're in there. Used to be Tim's Tavern, was a Friday night family-friendly place. Now $15.20 an entree only. Oh, I still wanna get that one commercial spot right out front of my town and open the cheese bar. I really, really want to open a cheese bar. Well, we just have the wines and grapes and cheeses in the front, and have the one in the back where it's just like your cheddars and your Velveeta and Rotel cheese dip and your beers. Like, yep. Velveeta and Rotel cheese dip with beer in the back, and you have the wine, you have your little Chardonnay, and your little, like, I have a little fucking Asiago and caviar with my Chardonnay. And then you got the Velveeta and Rotel with the frickin' Yangling out back. Same building. You just have the two entrances. Same thing, high end, low end. Well, not low end, but like low end. Indiana Jones game in first person's kind of weird. Play as Indiana Jones, want to see Indiana Jones, don't want to see through his eyes. That's understandable. I like the idea. I hope it's executed well, but at the same time, Indiana Jones does feel like more of a third person kind of thing, and like, when you're seeing through Indiana Jones' eyes, when you're beating up a Nazi, you kind of want to see Indiana Jones beating up a Nazi, not just be, hi, I see a Nazi, and I'm punching him. Which is fun and all, but needs more oxtails and Dr. Pepper. I mean, we talking real oxtails or candy oxtails? Because I'm you gotta remember, Thick Black Daddy, I'm a fucking northern, I'm a Yankee, I'm a carpetbagger. I'm not sure if you mean, like, actual tails of an ox or, like, those little candies. Real oxtails are okay. Sorry, I'm a fucking carpetbagger. I can't help it sometimes. It's bone like short ribs. God damn. So some Dr. Pepper, some oxtails, and all that fun. Well, then what we're gonna have for the front? What we're gonna have for the front? The hoity-toity spots. If you got the Chardonnay and your Asiago, and then if the back has the Yangling and the Velveeta with Rotel, but also has the Dr. Pepper and oxtails, and the front is gonna need something equivalent. It has to be perfectly balanced, as all things should be, you know? You know what I'm saying here? Been away for a week, your cat's been missing you? Aww. I remember when I went to Japan, Tara was... What the? Crappie! I got a little crappie. 2.26 kilo crappie. Okay, so that maybe this hook's a little bit on the small side. Or not. Let's keep it going. We caught something. Well, no reason to stop now. Softball size for a good slay for the oxtails. All right. Well, I guess the front, if the back got the oxtail and the Dr. Pepper, then the front gonna have to have the filet mignon, and what goes with the filet mignon? Merlot? I don't know. I'm not rich. I don't Fruity slanted white wine? Damn, I don't know what wine goes with fucking filet mignon. I don't got money. I mean, I still want to figure this out. Red wine for oxtail or red... Well, no, that's the back end. That's the cheap side. So you got the Dr. Pepper with the oxtail. Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. All right. Pear brandy? The front end is the high end, and the back end is the low end. Have I calmed down? I don't know. A yellow poich! It's a poich. We're getting tiny little fisks here. Please give me a goddamn sunfish, you bastards. I just need a fish that likes the sun, alright? Fish that likes the sun. Gaming store you go to play D&D has mead on tap. Wait, mead on tap, because mead I know as a wine, mostly. They do make, there is carbonated mead in some places, right? But it's technically not quite mead. But mead is like 15% ABV. So... So how do you do mead on tap? Well, the mead I get down at the Ren Fair is 15%. It'll fuck you up. Especially when you can buy it by the bottle, but they're like, you know, technically you're not allowed to leave with this bottle. Like, you're supposed to finish it while you're here. Look, am I? Okay. Oh, thick like that. If we ever get the chance, we gotta go to the Ren Fair together. I don't think we've been to the Ren Fair together. I'm pretty sure you've probably been to the Ren Fair on your own, because why wouldn't you? I've never known you to, but I would assume you have. And if you haven't, you have wasted your life. Like, even more. So, please go. Please go. It's right there. Now, they suggest don't go from Houston to the Ren Fair. The traffic is terrible. Like, go around. You drown in white women there? Okay, yeah, okay, good. Your life was not wasted. Good to know. Because if you had not gone there, I'd have been feeling so sad that I didn't tell you sooner. But I figured you probably knew it before I did, because I had to get my ass down to Texas before I found out we had the best Ren Fair in the fucking country. But I'd love to head down to the Ren Fair with you. Like, if I could bring Polter down there, hang out with you down there as well, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Seen vids of the Ren Fair there? I've been there so many times, but it's like every time I go, I find another corner that I haven't seen before. It's like Elden Ring. It's just... Not just because, like, there's the new stuff every year, but it's like... Had a nice button-up shirt and a vest, found a kilt and some boots, and accidentally got laid 7 times. That works. That works. It show off them thighs. Okay, it looks like they're not biting anymore. And we're 45 minutes past quitting time, so I should probably call it. I should probably call it. Here's my intro in French. Bonjour, Internet. Je m'appelle Decker Shado. Rapprochonalité Internet avec les cheveux. That I probably got that way wrong. I mean, I definitely got it wrong, way wrong, but you know. Japanese accented French. Oh god. Well, I'd say one of the things I'd like to do in my life, if I ever get around to it, is I'd like to head to Japan again and find the little Texabu place where the Japanese just are very into Texas. And I'd like to speak there in Japanese with a heavy Texas accent. I just walk in like, Hajime mashite! Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Get your fishy butt right over here. Oh yes, fishy butt. Fishy butt. Fishy butt. Fishy butt. Well, I guess that's it for today. Got some fish after the last 45 minutes there. I'm alright, I'm alright, Jacob. Kick that boss's ass and well, on to the DLC there. So yeah. But that's about all the time I got for some fishing today. I'm afraid. Well, actually, technically, that's 45 minutes longer than I had for fishing today. But this was fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I'm very happy to have caught up with a lot of stuff with y'all and spoken about all sorts of things. Remember, Sega Genesis had polygonal games without any extra hardware, even though it came out in 1989. Or, like, maybe, did it come out? I'm pretty sure 89. We got beautiful. Like, the Earth Defense Force 5 has that crossover with Bullet Girls Fantasia, which is an interesting game with interesting features. And Earth Defense Force 6 is coming on July 25th, just 3 days prior to my birthday. And Tara is a beautiful kitty who we all love very much. And so, thank you all for watching. I have been Decker Shado, and remember, love your kitties. For they have tiny little teeth in between their big teeth. Tara's alive. Tara's alive. Let me. You can hear her purring if I crank this up. Hold on. Okay. So, there we go.